Hello guys, today we'll be talking about Nintendo and Mario Kart as well. Yeah, Nintendo has finally decided to somewhat listen to concerns amongst players because I have played Mario Kart World finally. Yes, I can no longer say I have never played Mario Kart World. I had a fun time playing it. It's not a bad game like 4chan said. But again, 4chan said Mario Wonder was a bad game, and Mario Wonder was one of the best 2D Mario games I have ever played. So 4chan is not really the most reliable to see what a good or a bad game is. Heck, they even were attacking Baldur's Gate 3 when that game came out. There was one game they never criticized. Stellar Blade. Yeah, the one game they never criticized. Stellar Blade, which I find pretty funny. They'll criticize every game but Stellar Blade because the girl has a big pair of boobs. That's literally 4chan logic right there. Okay, 4chan logic right there. Okay, but Mario Kart 8 has, and yeah, the patch was released yesterday as well here. Yeah, but basically, it is a big game. I really like the knockout tour. I think that is I really think that's a really fun and new inclusion, great new inclusion. But basically, Nintendo doesn't want you to play Mario Kart World the way it was intended, okay? Whereas there's nothing wrong with that, obviously, but the problem is most people are used to just playing Mario Kart the way it is, okay? Mostly used to, you know, they're mostly used to playing Mario Kart the way it is. Okay, they're mostly used to playing Mario Kart the way it is. You know, you play on the course. But Mario Kart World, they changed it where you have to go from course to course and actually drive to course in every Mario Kart game. I think it's a breath of fresh air. You know, considering the fact that you have to. It's a Breath of Fresh Air for Mario Kart. Obviously, it's a very different from the older games. And if you really want to play the game, if you really want to play it all the way, Mario Kart 8 is always available. Okay, it's not like Mario Kart World as well. Okay, yeah, but I think some people will be happy and some people will still be upset, obviously as well. Yeah, but the community seems to have backed up a bit. It's whether anyone born to commentate players' references or simply try to fix the ladder selection works without making everyone extra miserable as well. I think there should be an option if I was Nintendo, kind of like how you have versus mode as well. If you want to play the courses that way, you can. But if you want to play the courses, you know, the way Nintendo attended the game, I think those would be two different online lobbies for that. If you want to play the game, Nintendo intended for you to play it, then go ahead, play it that way. But I'm all for allowing players to play whatever they want in a game, okay, as well. More freedom of choice, more freedom of options as well. So, yeah. I still think this is kind of just dumb that people were upset over this. Like, if you really want to play the game that way, okay, just play it, just play Mario Kart 8, okay, which is also playable on the Switch too, okay. Nintendo's not forcing you to play Mario Kart World, okay, as well. But the calm has been nerfed as well. So basically, they have made the calm very, very, very difficult for some strange reason as well here. And basically, they nerfed the computers to make the game more playable as well. Yeah, as well. But I think Nintendo's gonna fix more things throughout the game as well here. And yeah, I think they're gonna try to give That's good because they probably saw how many people were leaving the game, and they're gonna try to fix a lot of these things in the game as well here. So yeah, Versus race has been added, no com to the computer rules, so you can play a game without computers. The versus race of single player multiplayer is added mushrooms only. I think this is to add the, one where you can just pick whatever items you want to go. So for example, if you want to unlock all the NPC characters, you can have it where you can only walk Kamek as well. It'll make things easier if you want to unlock every single NPC character. Cause that's the only way you unlock them as well here. The order of creating quest block as well here. You know, it's higher in the past as well, yeah. But yeah, they fixed a lot of issues like glitches and stuff in the game as well here. Where it's, yeah. Yeah, there are several glitches that have been fixed as well. Of course, some fans will be angry that the glitches have been fixed you know, because they'll be removing ultra shortcuts and stuff as well. But I think the tell considering the fact that a lot of people have paid $80 for this game, heck, even though I got mine bundled with my console, but that means I got mine cheaper than everyone else's as well. Okay, but yeah, Nintendo has finally is listening to the fans as well. Nintendo has kind of been doing this for like the past couple of years. Listening to the fans, like bringing back King K. Rool. Listening to finally listening to Paper Mario fans. After so long. I really do think Origami King was a step in the right direction, like bringing back companions, actually having an original villain other than Bowser, okay, as well, okay, making Mario and Luigi have actually, a scary and threatening villain that, everybody, I think, kind of like how the Swoops was. Swoops was a scary and threatening villain, and the way the Mario and Luigi villains after that, besides Rayquaza, have kind of been more comedic villains, like, Phantasma. Okay, Phantasma was, I think, I've not really played through Mario Luigi, but Phantasma is kind of more of a scarier villain, but Farfel is kind of more of a, funny villain as well. But I'm glad they brought back the more scary, threatening villains. Characters that are actually really evil just because they're evil. Okay, I'm glad Nintendo is bringing back pure evil villains in Mario games as well, because because it makes the games better, because you're supposed to root against a villain. If you're gonna have a villain be sympathetic, then what's the point of having a villain at all? Okay, because yeah, sympathetic villains do work sometimes. Let's look at Naruto, but I think it is good to have a villain that just simply enjoys being bad because they want to do bad things, like Rayquaza, Cursa, and they both rhyme, and of course Volo from Pokemon Legends Arceus as well is a pure evil villain that's just evil because he's evil. He doesn't give a crap. There's no moral reason why he's evil. He's, as well. And, yes, we all know Bowser isn't pure evil, but of course, making Bowser the main villain makes sense because he has been around for so long. But I think having new pure evil villains to spice things up every once in a while, I think the next 2D Mario game, we should actually have an original villain. One, so we can play as Bowser, which I think would be pretty fun. I think we should have a 2D Mario game where the whole gimmick is Bowser isn't the actual villain this time, and you unlock Bowser throughout the story so you can play as Bowser as well. And Bowser functions very differently than the other characters as well. And also you can play as Bowser Jr. as well. I think that would be a pretty interesting idea. I think Nintendo will probably do that at some point as well, given the fact that I think a lot of people would be happy to play as Bowser and Bowser Jr. I don't know about the Koopalings. I think that would be too much programming, as well. But if you really want to add in the Koopalings as playable characters as well, and, Bowser plays differently than all the other characters as well here. As well, Bowser does not get, Bowser kind of play as Bowser will kind of have a health bar instead of, gain mushrooms and fire flowers as well here. And, yeah. I also think they should add Donkey Kong in as a playable character in 2D Mario games as well, considering the fact that he played such a pivotal role in the Mario movie as well. And also I think that Pauline will eventually be playable in 2D Mario games as well, considering the fact that they really put it in Donkey Kong as well. I also think that very likely Hood will get to that later about Smash Bros. As well here. And yeah, that's what this video here. Goodbye.